that we use to make all the colors of the rainbow, for a quick review, are yellow, red, and blue. With those three colors, you can make any color you need, any color. So if I was to take in equal parts yellow and orange, sorry, yellow and red, I would make orange. Or if I took in equal parts yellow and blue, I would make green. If I took in equal parts red and blue, I would make purple or violet. And what we're doing is we're just reviewing that these are the colors we need to make everything. So if you have these two colors and then you want to play around and play scientist, because art and science are closely related in a lot of different things, because all color is basically taking a light and breaking the light down into its various waves, the waves that you see. So I'm going to show you something right now. So if you take a CD, and I tape the CD to a piece of paper right here, it's just a normal everyday CD, music CD, which they don't even really have anymore, but I found one. So this one has music from Christmas time on it. So I have this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to prop it up on my tape dispenser right here so we have it. And if you had a prism, I don't really have a prism, so I just took a piece of glass that I have in the house. And I'm going to take this, and what I'm going to do is, let me turn it around. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take a flashlight and shine it through this onto the glass, and you will see the rainbow. So what I'm doing is I'm splintering or making a spectrum out of the light. I'm breaking it into its light waves, the waves that it breaks into. So here we go. So I just take a light. Let's get this on. Here we go. So let's see if we can focus this to get it onto the screen so you guys can see a rainbow on it. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. You see my rainbow coming? Here it is. So here it is. So I just took a light and I'm forcing it through the glass, and look, it's going right into the rainbow. That's all you got to do to make a rainbow. You take a piece of crystal, which is called a prism. Like if you were doing a science class and they had different size and shapes of prisms, you could easily take a light and shine them through the prisms, and it would make a rainbow. And actually, some people have kaleidoscopes, which are filled with beads and different kind of things. They shine, hold it up to a light, and when you rotate it, it makes different kind of shapes and designs too. But here you can see the rainbow coming out of it. I hope this is all showing up for everybody. But I can see it on the screen. I hope you guys can too. I'll check it on the recording later before I upload this. But here we go. But I just wanted to show you an easy way to make your own little rainbows at home if you wanted to try it. With an old CD. You do it on a mirror too. A mirror would work. I just had this lying around. And a piece of glass. You just need any kind of glass. Any piece of glass would do it. But it's a good, easy way to make and show the rainbow that you need. Because what we're doing is we're taking white light, which is all the colors of the rainbow, and we're breaking them up by shining light through them and making a rainbow. So that's all it is. All it is. Simple, pure and simple. And basically, it's a lot of experimenting. So when I say in class, oh, we're going to play scientist today by experimenting and playing with color, basically we're color mixing. And color mixing is what we're going to be doing a lot for the next couple of weeks, because we're going to learn how to play with our colors and make the colors that we want for our paintings or pictures. So let's talk about some of the colors that we're going to be making. So if I was to take and wanted to do the sun's not just one color. It's not just yellow. There's lots of colors associated with it. Sometimes I might see a really, really white kind of yellow around it. Sometimes it's a really orangey yellow in sunsets. And think of the sunset, it's reddish, orangey, you know, colors. So you want to add, if I wanted to make it look like a sunset, I might say, oh, I'm going to start with a white, and I'll add some yellow to it. And then I'm going to add more yellow to it. And then I'm going to start adding a touch of red to it to make it orangey. And then I'm going to go to deep, deep red to it. And then at the very end, you might start adding a little touch of like blue to it to make it go to a purpley kind of red, to make it look like a sunset. So that's all like you're doing is when you're mixing colors, is you're just adding to the mix of what you start with, the primary colors. So you take the primary colors and you just start adding a little bit. So anytime I'm mixing the colors, I'm thinking about, do I want it to look light or do I want it to look dark? Do I want it to look warm or do I want it to look cool? My warm colors are the colors that look like the sun, the colors that look like fire. So they would be yellow, red, orange, or red violet might be associated with that. Or if I want to think of cool colors, colors that make you think of cool things, you might think of blue, violet, some bluey greens. You want to think of those kind of colors, okay? So you want to think of colors as being either warm or cold. Colors are also often associated with feelings. Like you could say, oh, you often hear people say, oh, they're green with envy, or they're so angry they're seeing red, you know, or, you know, happy, a happy yellow, happy face. Like you often see the happy face is yellow. Like you'll see happy faces are yellow, or pink, you know, they're just some colors are associated with certain feelings. Like happy was basically a yellow, happy color, you know, and red, and a fiery, passionate color, you know, full of love and or anger. Sure, sometimes socially really related. But anyhow, you can also think of if it's a cold painting, you're doing a really cold painting and you want to show it as being cold, then you want to stick with your colder colors. You want to stick with those whites and those blues and those cool gray, light purpley colors that are going to make people associate with coldness, okay? But if I want to think of a day at the beach and everything, then I want to show the hot rays of the sun shining down and the warmth of the sun hitting things and making things glow. Then you're going to use some of the fiery colors like the yellow, orange, and reds and making things look hot, okay? So let's go back to our songs. So here, for today, I'm going to play these songs, but what I want you to do today is look around your house or the classroom, or as you're walking around the neighborhood or going for a sensory walk or something, look around at all the various shades of different colors. Like you might see a red that's a pure red, or you might see a red that's a little purpley red, or you might see a red that's an orangey red, or you might see an orange that's a yellowy orange, or an orange that's a red orange, or you might see a blue that's a yellowy blue. I mean, a green that's a yellowy green, or a green that's a bluey green. Like there's different values and different shades of each color, okay? And some colors have white added to them, then they're called a tint. But if they have black added to them, then they're called a shade, okay? So that's another thing to talk, but we'll be talking about that later when we do a couple weeks down the line when we talk about value, which is the lightness or darkness of a color. But anyway, for today, I'm going to put these songs up, and I hope you enjoy them. And you can just put this video on while you're working on your picture and coloring and looking around the room with colors or sorting colors. You might take a box of crayons and say, oh, let me see how many different shades of yellow are in this box. Or let me walk around the room and collect everything I can find, 5 things of yellow, 5 things of orange, 5 things of red, 5 things of blue, 5 things of green, and see if you can find or identify 5 things of each of these colors and just point them out, okay? So they don't always have to be exactly blue. They could be a shade of the blue, like a bluey green, like a purpley blue. It could be a little off, you know, it doesn't have to be pure blue. Like my shirt is a really deep blue, but it doesn't have to be pure blue, okay? So look around the room and see what you find, and let's see if we can sort and categorize our colors into different light, warm colors or cool colors. then try to sort them that way, okay? So let's point to things that are warm or cool and sort them into piles of our different shades or values of each of the colors, like different groups of yellows, different groups of blues or reds. But have fun doing this task, and I hope you